The Muslim Student Association today is presenting on very important topics on Black History Month. Racial identity is a sense of group or collective identity based on one's perception that one shares a common racial heritage with a particular racial group. Black Muslims don't carry just one, but two identities by being Black and Muslim. Although this is a beautiful thing, they face injustices because of these two identities. The first Muslims in America were Black. They were brought from the western and central coast of Africa and became enslaved Black Americans. Today, they make up for more than 1/5 of Muslim Americans. Black Muslims have been an integral part of the Islamic legacy. As racism has existed in past times as well, the Prophet Muhammad in Islam frequently placed Black Muslims in important positions due to their virtues and to systematically empower them. For the Black Muslim American, a triple consciousness may exist, where one may even feel the threeness: an American, a Black individual, and a Muslim. They are crucial in our ummah or community. Black identity and Muslim identity could be fused together in the most beautiful manner, even with the discrimination and obstacles one may encounter.
Okay, so a prime example of someone who identified with both the Black identity and Muslim identity was Malcolm X. He was an African-American Muslim minister and human rights activist. He converted to the Nation of Islam in 1946 after his time in jail and became intrigued with the religion. Taking his knowledge from his newfound religion, he then became an articulate public speaker. Malcolm X spoke at many places such as Harvard and Oxford, and some of the most important issues he argued were Black identity, integrity, and independence. Malcolm X urged his followers to defend themselves by any means necessary and to not comply with racism. So converting to the Nation of Islam resulted in many things for Malcolm X that he believed in and worked towards. He helped change multiple terms that were primarily used to refer to African Americans. An example of this being colored, which he then changed the word Black. This was previously seen as controversial. Overall, Malcolm X opened up a new path in the social justice movement.
So most people know that Malcolm X is widely celebrated within the African American and Muslim American communities for his pursuit of racial justice because his revolutionary ideas challenged oppression in all of its forms. But some contributions that you might not know are that he provided the intellectual foundations for the Black Power and Black consciousness movements that happened in the late 1960s and 70s. And these movements helped to popularize the idea of autonomy and independence among African Americans. He also founded the OAAU, or the Organization of Afro-American Unity, which is a Black nationalist organization that sought to build community organizations and schools, Black enterprises, and voter registration campaigns for Black politicians, and overall uplift the Black community in America. It also fought for human rights of African Americans and promoted cooperation among Africans and people of African descent in America. Malcolm also expanded the conversation of what racial struggle is. After he visited Africa, he argued that the Black struggle in the U.S. was part of a bigger international struggle, one that was connected to the struggle against capitalism and imperialism. And his ideas also helped start the Black arts movement, where a generation of young Black writers and artists came together to rethink the purpose of African American art to convey Black pride. And he also contributed to current day media, most widely known the autobiography of Malcolm X, which detailed Malcolm's life, his views on race, religion, and Black nationalism, and also his life inspired numerous books and film adaptations that you can see on the slide here.
Islam also played an important role in the civil rights movement, especially since Malcolm X was a Muslim. Initially, he did this through the Nation of Islam, which was an organization that it was very supportive of Black nationalism and Black pride. After he went to a pilgrimage in Mecca, he converted to Sunni Islam and then founded the Muslim Mosque Incorporated. The difference here was that it was more supportive towards an idea of peace between Blacks and whites. And then it was more helpful to the civil rights movement because of that. It also allowed the Black community to have connections with Muslim organizations. Some ways they did that was through the giving of full ride scholarships to Black Muslims in order to send them to Muslim colleges for free, which was in general really helpful to the Black community during the civil rights movement. We hope you learned something today, and thank you for listening.